We gotta keep it real with ourselves. We just have to call it like it is, man. Women give their best to the guy they're physically attracted to. And this has been a hot topic for quite some time now. And I think it all started with this whole, everybody is should be loved for the inside and who they are on the inside, and this whole kind of morality thing, which is important. This video is not downing morality. It's not uh downplaying any kind of good social or being a good person. This is not what this video is about. But somewhere down the line, I think way back in the day when religion started coming in a little more and started talking about morality and being a good holy person and stuff, at some point it started kind of getting conflated with attraction, right? And look, physical attraction and being moral and pious is not is are different. Are very different things. You could be a very moral person, you could be a very good person, you could be a guy that's very cordial, all that good stuff. It does not mean that she is going to be sexually attracted to you. There is a difference. Those two things are not the same. Now, does this mean to be a heathen? No, I'm not telling you to go out here and be a freaking heathen, all right? I'm not telling you to go out here and steal candy from kids and all that crazy mess, all right? But when she is physically attracted to you is when she gives you her all. And there's many schools of thought, even on YouTube. But, sometimes I kind of held back a little bit. I felt like I held back a little bit because I don't want to go, felt like I didn't want to go against the grain of what some people think. But I got to a point where I don't give a shit. It is what it is. Yes, your physical appearance does matter to how she is going to be with you and how much she of herself that she shows and gives of herself. Now, the thing about it is, yes, there are guys that are quote unquote handsome or what have you that have trouble with women. Yes, this is very, very true. And it stems from a lack of personality. It's it's a lack of personality and it's a deficiency of personality. So I will say that. I will say that's very true. But for the most part, like I said, you can have the most cordial personality. You could be the coolest guy, make her laugh, all of the things that you see on these movies about making her laugh. Cuz you see guys in movies, the guy, he's constantly making her laugh. He's constantly bending backwards to do this and do that and try to be this super charming guy that she's just missing out on, right? Cuz she just doesn't see how swell of a guy he is. You could be all of that, but if the physical attraction is not present, then it's not complete, right? It's just not complete. This is Tariktalks. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me. It's just not complete. And sure, are there cases where a guy's personality, his demeanor, what have you, is gonna be the defining factor, is gonna be the winning factor? Yes, this is true. This is very true. I'm not gonna say it is not. But without that physical attraction to the guy, and he doesn't have to look like no damn supermodel. See, this is another thing that I gotta clarify too. He doesn't have to look like one of these TikTok boys. The guy with the swoosh haircut and the super jawline and all of that. He doesn't have to look like that. As a matter of fact, those guys, a lot of women might say they kind of look feminine, more on the feminine side, right? When I'm talking about physicality, I'm talking about more of masculine features. There were studies that were printed out studies that were made saying that women are more likely to have one night stands and flings with guys that look more manlier, are more on the masculine side. AKA, hey, look, they're built, right? They have a solid build. They don't have to be Mr. Olympia, but they have a solid build, more uh solidness, right? Beard. You feel me? As far as personality goes, hey, look, they're a little more, they have that whole player thing going on, or they're a little more forward. They're not here to be friends and stuff like that. They let the chick know off rip, this is what I'm about. Okay. So anyway, with all that being said, um, yes, it does matter. It does matter the physical how she finds him to be physically appealing. And this varies. Okay. This varies from ethnicity, demographic, and cultural upbringing. It varies, and it's what the chick likes. Okay. Some chicks like guys with dreads. Some chicks like guys with the whole preppy type of look. So you guys get what I'm saying. Okay. But one thing in common is she has to have some sort of physical attraction, or it's just not gonna be, you're not gonna get the complete package from her, so to speak. Right? It's gonna be very hard. You're gonna find if your personality is there. Okay, I'm gonna put it to you like this, the best way that I can. If your personality is there, okay, meaning you're cool, you're laid back, you're funny, you making her laugh, hey, maybe you could even be the smooth type, the smooth player type. If she's not physically, if that physical attraction is not there, it is gonna take you way more work. You're gonna have to work way more harder. And I've seen this personally in my own life. It'll be guys that talk to a chick for months on end, even years, even been friends with this chick for years. And they hook me up with her. They're like, oh, here's my homegirl was looking at you. Them actually might have felt like, hey, look, I was trying to get with her, in the beginning, but obviously she's not interested, so fuck it. And they're like, yeah, my homegirl was looking at you, blah, blah, blah. And she was physically, we had a physical attraction to each other, and things progressed super quickly. We got intimate extremely fast. And the only difference was the physical attraction. It's really, you know what? It's really not rocket science. It's really not rocket science, but you have all kind of schools of thought. Hey, look, I'm going to be straight up and down, right? I'm going to be straight up. Some people might disagree, but from what I've noticed, yes, hey, look, your physicality is going to come in. Yes, they are going to kind of look at height, right? They're going to look at the body structure. And it's cool because when a woman is physically attracted to you, you're going to have say so, right? And this, as messed up as this sounds, it's always better for the woman to be more attracted to the man than vice versa. I know some people will disagree with this. I know some people will even get upset with this, but if you really think about it, who is the more emotional? Who is the more, cutesy, mushy type of person? Yes, the female. She's going to be the one that is the more mushier, more emotional type. So it's better for her to find a man more, to be into him a little more than he is into her. Because by him doing all that mushy gushy stuff, not saying you have to be some kind of cold, uh, unresponsive robot. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. But by you doing all that mushy gushy, trying to cajole her and just trying your hardest and doing what these romantic comedies show you, like chasing her down in the airport before she boards the plane and confessing your love in front of everybody and stuff. You guys get what I'm saying. It's better for her to do that, because really and truly, that's her role. And you can argue, a lot of you guys could argue, but that's the way nature set it up. And another thing you can kind of look at too is a lot of these chicks. Here's another way that's kind of proof that women, it's better for them to be super physically attracted to you and that you get the most out of them, is that they're willing to be in these poly relationships, whatever the hell you want to call them. Meaning, yeah, there's other chicks in the picture, but she doesn't mind. Okay? Now, I'm not saying I do this, but I'm just giving an example. I'm giving an example, and it might be a little skewed. It might be a little extreme, but there you have it. If these chicks are willing to share this man, right? And don't give me that whole he's rich and or super high status and stuff. That might come into play, but a lot of times it might be a guy that doesn't really got shit go, he isn't really making that money like that. He might be an average person when it comes to finances. But guess what? Those chicks are sexually attracted to him. They're sexually attracted to him. They find him physically appealing. So therefore, they're gonna give their all to him. They're gonna give the best. He's not gonna be trying to fight with them. He's not gonna be trying to cajole and do all this type of stuff. And look, what I'm saying might sound a little foreign to a lot of guys. Is because a lot of guys don't really see this like that. Okay? I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of men don't really see the side of women. So that's why it's kind of hard for them to envision. A lot of guys only see the real friendly side of women, the real distant she kind of being distant, keeping her distance from him and not really being that sexual with him. She's kind of keeping it on a friend level. That's what most guys see. So, it is what it is, man. Yes, physicality does have something to do with it. Okay. Anyway, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.